Hi guys, welcome back to Karamia's Corner. Happy weekend. I hope you guys are all doing well. What have you been up to? I have been busy punch needling. I've been having such a great time with this new found favorite hobby. So I was making this Totoro little image here, and I'm using this rectangular little holder for our fabric. And this one I'm going to make into a little pouch for my daughter Lil, so hopefully she likes it. He has a cute little cherry blossom on top of his head, just in time for spring. But today we are going to be doing some paper crafting, and let's do some shopping in our stash and let's craft. As always, I will link the playlist of all the other videos down below. Make sure to check out the creations from two of our other super fun creatives, Terry from Terry's Place and Felicia from FPHANDMADE. They made some really wonderful projects, so make sure to check that out. So it is March, we're starting a new month, and we're going to go with a new theme, and I'm simply calling it Spring Love. Our prompt for today is to think outside of the box, and our project is to make 2 milk cartons, 1 large one and 1 tiny one. So I'll show you a sample of what that will look like, and this will be a perfect way to package your Easter goodies or spring items for any Happy Meal swap. So here's one that I've already made, really fun and easy. We are going to use no dyes. Some of the items that we will be needing, and I'll list it up here. For our project today, we will be using some 12x12 scrapbooking paper and 6x6 sheets, and we will be using embossing folders and a die. If you have die cuts, that is perfectly fine. Take out your embellishments and stickers. We'll need some ribbon, some trim if you'd like to use, or twine. And the rest again is just to have fun. So what I have here, oh, I almost forgot. So the elements that we need to add to this project is to make sure you add something embossed on your box, and then create a box topper. So those are the only two, and let's begin. So here is what I have. I have my little booklet here with my dies, and I feel like I don't use them enough, and I think this will be the perfect project to use them. I pulled out one of these floral embossing folders, and I thought this would be fun to use to add texture. I have my twine, and then I have pulled out just a bunch of random embellishments. The embellishments on this box were also from Happy Mail, from Gina Loves to Craft. So I used a cute little bunny and this cute little die cut that she gave me. I thought it was perfect for the theme. So I have a few more of the cute little tag that she gave me, and some items from my own stash. We have more over here. We're going to be using that. Now in terms of paper measurement, you are going to need 2 12x9 sheets and 2 6x3 sheets. So if you have a 6x6 paper pad, you just fold it in half and cut it in half, and you can make 2 small milk cartons. So for the larger one, we're going to need 2, and again that's going to be a 12x9 sheet. Now I'm going to show you where to cut or where to score your paper. So when you are cutting your paper, just keep in mind, I've pre-scored my paper just because it's so hard to see it while I'm on camera, but I will show you how to do all of that. Now in terms of cutting, you want to have, like if your paper has a print, like here's another box I made, so you can see that it has roller skates and they're facing up this way. So when you cut your short side, you want to make sure that the design of your paper is vertical, so that way when we have scored our paper, you have it the right way up, okay? So that's for that. Now let me get my scoreboard and show you where to create your score lines for our first milk carton. Alright, so you will have the short side of your paper on your scoreboard, and we are going to score it at the 4-inch line first, 8-inch line. We're going to go make a 1/2 inch mark down here at the 2-inch mark, and I'll show you why in just a sec. And then the next part, you flip it over this way where that matches, and now we are going to score at 3.5, 9 inches, and 11.5. So now that you're done, we will go back to our 2-inch mark, and what we're basically going to do is get a ruler, find that center, and you want to create a diagonal line from the center down to the corner, and you can use your ruler for that, and do the same here on the right side center down to the right side bottom corner. Once you've done that score line, you want to make sure you fold it a little bit so it'll be easier to work with these parts when we're putting our box together. I would do the same over here in this side, varnish it. It's important to make sure that the crease lines are folded real well. It just makes it easier to manipulate your paper. So we're going to repeat the same step with our other sheet with the long side, short side I mean, facing down this way. We're going to score it again at the 4-inch line, 8-inch line, and mark at the 2, about 1/2 inch down. I'm going to flip it over this way, and we're going to score at 3.5, 9 inches, and 11.5, and repeat the same, creating a crease line from the center of your 2-inch mark down to the corner of the left diagonal and to the right. Okay, so now that we're done with that, let's go on to the next step. So now we have these 2 sheets. We're going to grab our scissors, and here at the bottom we have this thin piece here. We're going to cut that out, and at an angle just cut it that way so it looks that way. And then here at the top we're going to cut it at an angle as well, so that's what that's going to look like. And at the bottom we are going to cut right here by the score line, and repeat the same thing to our other sheet. So we're going to cut this at an angle, and right here. So you'll see your little score line there, and that'll be your guide. And so both of these will look this way, and let's not forget to cut this part. Okay, now we're going to apply some double-side tape, and this will connect the two. I always have a hard time pinching these when I have shorter nails, so I think this tweezer is definitely helping me out. So now we are going to lay this guy on top of this paper. And I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on that one. So once you get this one down, you are going to have fun making these. So I've made, I think, 3 of them so far, and I am excited to fill it up with some spring goodies and Easter goodies for some of my kids' friends, and I cannot wait to share these with them. Since we don't have an egg hunt this year, we usually host it, but that's not gonna happen. So we're gonna fold this over. I'm just gonna fold that in, and we are going to stick that. So now that we have that attached, this is our top part of our curtain. We are going to go ahead and fold this part over, and just using a little double side tape here on the side, we are going to seal it. Let's see. Oh, I should have used my good old tweezers. Totally forgot I had that. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Now we have our box standing, and we see our score lines right here. Little triangles at the top. So what you do is, using your thumb, you can push this down just to encourage it to push down that way. And this one here, using our thumb, and then let these two meet like this. So I would probably use a paper clip to hold each side down. The next step we are going to do is use our little punch hole and create some punches here. But before we do that, I wanted to attach some of these guys on top, our little panels on the sides. You are going to need a 3.5 by 4.5 card. We'll need 4 of those. So let's get that, and we'll come back and punch this top part in a few, and we'll do some embellishing. So now I have 4 of these cute little bunny cards, and I'll be attaching it. I have a little bit of my runner tape here, so let's get to it. So now that we have all of the sides covered, we can go ahead and do the punch and do some decorating. So your front part here, so where it bends will be the side of your box, and where we need to do the topper is right here, and some decorations here where you can put the spring or Easter sentiment. Now that we finished making our 2 big milk cartons, it is time to make our little one. Alright guys, now let's make our mini milk carton here. We have our 6x3 sheet. We are first going to score our paper at 1 3/8, 2 3/4 down here, and then we are going to score at 4 1/8 and at 5 1/2. Now over here I just find the center on our last little column here and do like a little 1/2 inch on the middle there, and same thing here on our second little column here, do a 1/2 inch over there. And the same thing as our big ones, we're going to create a diagonal line going from center to corner and center to the right corner here. Same here and here. Now I'm going to flip this over and we are going to score it. This is our short side. Paper, score at 1 inch. Flip it over, score at 1 inch and at 1/2 inch, and you'll see why. So we have this. Now let's start putting this together. So I flipped the paper over, so we had it this way. I'm going to flip it over, and like our larger milk carton, we are going to cut this skinny part and at an angle, cut it so it'll look like that. Here at the top part we're going to do the same, and so that's what it'll look like. At the bottom we are going to cut up to this crease line over here. And right here. Now that we've cut these parts up, the next thing, unlike the bigger box, we are going to go ahead and punch our holes. It just makes it a little easier because this is a smaller box. I'm just going to get my crocodile and use a smaller punch hole here. So right there and right here. And so now we have that. Time to fold this over and attach that half. And then with our box, I'm just going to fold these in. So we have that. Now here is where we do our fold. So again, pressing with your thumb or your index fingers to encourage those creases. So you'll see that that's what it looks like. And now we're just going to put some of our twine in it as our closure. And before I do that, I should put some cute little goodies in here. We have little egg, chocolate egg, cute little chick. I can fit one more. Let's see. Yeah, that works. And time to string it up. Now we're looking at a couple of our larger milk cartons here. Super simple and fun and easy to make without using the milk carton dies. So I think that works well with our prompt today, which is thinking out of the box and not having to rely on some of our tools, because I don't have one, so I think it's great to make one yourself. So here, our topper, we have some washi tape that I use and scrapbooking paper for our ribbon, little butterfly embellishment, and some tulle. We use some twine. For our texture, our embossed part, I have a card. Behind our cute little chick here, I also used this die for this part, and it says Happy Easter. Then we have our second one here. Now this one, since it's pattern papered, I decided to just make one panel in the front. Use this die and embossed it with some flowers. And it says Happy Spring, and I also use one of my butterfly dies. So that's these two large ones. Now let's have a look at our minis. For our small milk cartons, I just used twine to close them. And then for the topper, you can use a little clothespin embellishment like this one if you would like. Or I have this one here that I had in my stash. So it's a button with a little gem dot and a paper clip. And then you can attach a little paper banner here with a name or a sentiment if you would like to stamp it, and simply attach it on top of your milk carton. So these are our minis. So there you have it, guys. You can make as many and in different themes if you'd like. Super fun. You can also create a pocket like this one and put a little journal card with a little greeting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little craft with me this Saturday. Join me again next weekend. Thanks again for watching Carmia's Corner. See you next time. Bye.